Good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to today's edition of NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Wednesday, the 30th day of December in the year of our Lord 2020. As I have said before, the people in Hollywood who live their lives as someone else and wouldn't know reality if it smacked them across the face gives us today's little ditty from Breitbart News. Actress Alyssa Milano, the one who's constantly saying stupid things, she did it again, said that people who merely disagree with mask mandates or the efficacy of them are the same people who think they need an AR-15 for protection. Quote, anti-maskers are the same people who think they need an AR-15 for protection. Louder for the people in back. A mask will protect you more than an AR-15 will. Milano. Alyssa Milano's claims disregard the fact that Americans have used AR-15s for self-defense, i.e. protection, numerous times in recent years. And in many of those situations, an AR-15 allowed an outnumbered would-be victim to fend off an attack from multiple suspects. For example, on March 28, 2017, Breitbart News reported that a Broken Arrow, Oklahoma homeowner's son used an AR-15 to defend his life against 3 home intruders. The 23-year-old son was asleep when the intruders entered the house and awoke to noises they made. He retrieved an AR-15 and shot at the suspects while they walked in the hallway, stopping the invasion and saving his life. On July 11, 2019, Ocala.com reported that a homeowner used an AR-15 to defend himself against 4 home intruders, at least some of which were armed, and at least one of whom was wearing a Jason mask. Although outnumbered, the homeowner failed the invasion by shooting and killing 2 of the 4 invaders and causing the other 2 to flee. On November 4, 2019, NBC News reported that a pregnant Florida woman used an AR-15 to fend off 2 home intruders. She grabbed the AR-15 after 2 invaders entered her home and began pistol whipping her husband. Both invaders fled after she opened fire, and one of the suspects collapsed in a nearby ditch and died. The instances in which the law-abiding citizens protect themselves with AR-15s, again, are myriad. There are mask mandates that have been enacted for months in response to the coronavirus in states like California, which are still facing calamitous COVID-19 case spikes, overrun hospitals, medical staff shortages, and despite the mask mandates, lockdowns, and other restrictions on people's movements. Milano's claims also ignore the fact that Hollywood leftists regularly attend events where AR-15s and or M4s, both of which are AR variants, are used to keep the celebrities safe. On January 11, 2016, Breitbart News noted that anti-gun Hollywood availed itself of good guys with guns to protect the celebrities in attendance at the 73rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. Photos from the event showed AR-15s and or M4s were among the guns carried in order to offer protection. When the 2017 Golden Globe Awards took place, SWAT teams, the FBI, and others who carry AR-15s and or M4s were all present to protect the celebrities, and the protection level was only increased in years since. And now to remove the liberal blindfold here, folks. Alyssa Milano wouldn't know reality and what is really going on if she went back to school and relearned everything that she has unlearned in her profession of making believe. During her rant on this whole idea that masks make people safer than AR-15s do, she should look around and talk to real people who live real lives. She, after all, was in a room being protected by people with AR-15s and or M4s. When it comes to masks, myself have known a bunch of people who caught COVID while always wearing a mask and have not met anyone who conversely caught COVID by not wearing one. And of course, Miss Milano can say her stupidity with impunity because she is protected not by masks, as the photos show, but by men holding AR-15s and or M4s. Maybe in her next personal presser, she needs to be protected only by masks and have no weapons of any kind around. I'll bet that she would rebel against that one now, wouldn't she? Why? Because masks don't work. AR-15s and or M4s do. One of the things I'm getting is a mask that says on it, "My mask doesn't work, and neither does my governor," because I have to go into stores, and in order to go into stores, I have to have a mask on. But no truer statement has ever been said. If the government had stayed out of this whole thing, and masks along with social distancing had never been put in place, COVID would have run its course like all other COVID-type diseases that we have had. We would have reached the so-called herd immunity, and it would have gone away. Remember the avian bird flu that years ago was being pushed with the idea that if you caught it, you would die? Where is it now? No one worries about it anymore because it is not a problem. Remember H1N1? The same all other so-called world-ending COVID-type flus that have come and gone since 2004? We have to remember, folks, that every election cycle since that year has had its own COVID-style disease, and we never ever went insane like we did this time. If we had done now what we did with all the others, our body's immune systems would have worked and it would have been gone by now. COVID-19 would be gone now. But no, we let the Democrat Party and the Republican Party make us all scared for our very lives, and masks were put in place and social distancing was put in place. Stores and businesses were closed and shut down, putting people into financial straits that could not be repaired, while everyone in government got to live their lives in the normal fashion with their normal pay. The only time that they seemed different was when they were in front of the cameras, and then of course they wore masks. But their lives continued unabated while they regulated us out of our freedoms and our liberties and our jobs, and then had the gall to offer us just $600 to set things straight. It is like I said last week, the only thing that would really help us to get this set straight is if every member of Congress was given that $600 and their $221,000 salaries was given to all of us, not them. They would either change the way things are or they would enact new laws to outlaw all of us. Which would you allow? I right now am not sure, because we have allowed their scaremongering against us, letting them use that same scaremongering on telling us, the world, that we are the ones using it. Right now we have Trump fighting for us, but we have the Republicans and the Democrats fighting against us. Trump fought to get that $600 so-called help to the people changed to $2,000. Then our so-called Republicans with Mitch McConnell blocked the Senate from voting on the $2,000. It is time to call our representatives and McConnell and tell them to stop this insanity. It is the government who caused all of this mess, and it should be the government to get us out. $2,000 is our money anyway. Without us, they wouldn't have it to give to us. Give it back, and if you keep fighting against us, then you will all find out that the people mean business. You are our employees, not the other way around. So I have to ask this again. When will enough be enough? And when will we start to fight back? When do the American people take enough to make them want to fight back? I know I am already fighting back because I am a patriotic American, and I won't give up my freedoms like all the other lemmings who have. They, the government, have lied to us. COVID is not the danger that they say it is. It is dangerous, true. But our immune systems would have worked to get rid of it if we would have just allowed it to do its job. Since mankind has been on Earth, it has kept us healthy. It is time to start letting our immune systems do its job again. Masks do nothing but shut it down. Call the Senate and Mitch McConnell at 202-224-2541 and let him know that we need that money. They may not, but we do. It is because of them that we are in the mess we are in. Pay up or you're fired. Those are more reasons that I always end my updates and my shows with what a friend of mine used to always say: we will not be ruled. Americans have always been the greatest because we fought to be the greatest. That isn't arrogance, it is the truth. But where we are going wrong now is, as Bing said on his show on Sunday, our Constitution has not failed us. We have failed our Constitution. So at what point do you give in? I say never. America deserves our undying support, something the left never gives and doesn't want us to either. And so far, we haven't. This is Robert the Infidel for today's NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold from behind the silver microphone of freedom with the voice of reason in this increasingly unreasonable world, brought to you through Conservative Nation Media, where we fight to make sure America always wins. Have a blessed day, and God bless you all, and I'll see you again tomorrow.